Libra friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Libra April 2025 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. Calling the theme of this month, Eclipse Rubble, Joy Doubles. And we are winding up an epic time in Libra's history. For the last 2 years, we've had these Aries Libra eclipse cycles, or this cycle, that is just ending now, March 29th, just before, this month. The last eclipse, this solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Aries, last one, it's winding up. So much karma, so much heartache, so many challenges, and taking you to new levels from the joyful things that have happened. We're going to go into lots more details about this, as well as talk about many other factors that will affect you this month. This is for you if Libra is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Libra placement you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. Very late degree Libra friends, so birthdays like October 15th through the rest of the sign, or Libra degrees 23 degrees through the rest of the sign. I suggest you additionally listen to my Scorpio report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. Okay, so let's just get right into the ways that joy can come into your life from this eclipse rubble. Now, also do know that even though the eclipses happened in March, this last one is just a few days before April, and you can get news 4 to 6 weeks after the actual eclipse. So April is high time for news to come in still, and you may not have all the information that's telling the story from this final storyline. All right, so there will be intensity there. This is definitely going to be one of the most intense months of the year, March maybe being the top one, definitely so far. And you will see that. Now, when eclipses occur, I always like to talk about that law of physics that talks about energy not being created nor destroyed. It just changes form. And we really see this principle at play at eclipse time, because eclipses can often remove something from your life. And sometimes it's something you really wanted. So for Libra, we've got a lot of Aries energy this month besides the eclipse, but which we'll get into. But just focusing on the eclipse right now, there may have been a person in your life that was eclipsed out. And this may be a joyous thing. You may have been ready to move on, or this may be something that you did not want. So I am sensitive to the fact that to speak about joy during a time that could be very traumatic for you, I want to honor that, you might not be in a space to be able to accept in anything positive yet if something very difficult happened for you. But I do want to give you the hope that when energy is removed, it is filled with other things. And I want to talk about in this report the kinds of things that you may be seeing fill into that space. Okay. So there's a newness, there's a freshness, there's something coming in. We had the lunar eclipse at 23 degrees of Virgo in March. We're still feeling that. We had this solar eclipse, the end of the Aries Libra cycle, where your life has been possibly completely been redone in the last 2 years since 2023. And now with this final eclipse, something new is being born. So some of the ways that you may see energy get filled in is through Pisces. Ceres, Saturn, transiting North Node, Venus in retrograde until April 12th, Mercury in retrograde until April 7th, can fill that space with the fantastical. This is an aspect that I don't always talk about at length with Pisces. I talk about some other things more, psychological, spiritual, healing, connectedness to the other realms, people who've passed along, general artistic space. But the fantastical is something that Pisces can fill in. So if you are inclined to indulge in the fantastical, or if you aren't, you may notice at this time a draw to fill in fantastic things, magical things, stories, art, reading, movies, and that may be a source of great joy for you. You also may be drawn to create these types of things, these types of worlds, and your creativity may be at an all-time high right now. When eclipses occur, they do have to do with karma, the clearing up of negative karma, the activating of positive karma, the stepping into new trajectories on a whole different timeline than you had been before. And Pisces may be very relevant to what's filling in here. Now, specifically for Libra, this Pisces energy fills in your 6th house of work and career, or I'm sorry, not career. Mars is there doing that. Career stuff, that's definitely coming up. But work, your daily experience. And the lunar eclipse that was in March was also in Virgo. And like I said, we're still feeling that in April. So there's something new, something different, something changing about your daily experience, what you do every day, how you do it. And that may be something that gets filled in, a brilliant new routine, a new way of going about things, new health habits, new wellness habits, different things that you do every day. So look out for energy to be filled in there, and joy can double in this space, these Pisces realms, these Virgo realms. Also animals and pets. You may have something very notable going on with animals or pets. And if certain chapters closed in those areas, you may very quickly see new ones open. Okay, this is an area very full and fresh with newness for you. And so you may find that moving from April more into May, this chance to have a new pet or give it a pet a forever home or spend more time with your animal may come up, or working with animals in some healing way. But of special highlight is Venus will get into Aries, Mercury is going to go into Aries, Neptune recently in Aries. Neptune hasn't changed signs in 14 years. I have a whole separate report on that. Just look for Annie Botticelli, Neptune in Aries on Spotify or YouTube. But that's a bigger story. But generally for the month, we've got Neptune there. Mercury is going to get there. Venus will get there. Chiron is already there. Eris is there. The sun, of course, is there for most of the month. And of course, the solar eclipse was there. So newness, autonomy, something about your independence is getting highlighted here. And it's really, really racking up focus in your house of relationships. So new autonomy within the relationships you already have. This eclipse cycle has been very much about redoing how you do relationship and changing and adding to the quality of your relationships and healing the problems where you had, in those spaces. So this is a fire energy, and the fire is adding to make this watery energy that's happening this month boil. So it's an active time. It's a time for movement. We're going to have all the planets moving forward this month. Once April 7th, when Mercury goes direct and Venus goes direct on April 12th. Yes, we'll still have the shadow period. So this month is still a little bit sleepy in that way. If you've got a super big launch or really important things to do, you may find that May and June are better for those. Things that you want to really cast out on the tides, because the tides are still kind of coming in for part of this month, and things are just starting to turn around. This is a banner month where we officially have the tide switch from having gone in to really going out. Okay, so that means that rather than just being a spectator on the beach, as you will be still for a lot of this month, it will start to switch for you being able to start to put things on those tides to bring them far and wide, right? So that's a very, very big thing to know this month. And it can still carry a lot of intensity, like I said, because news is coming in. But, there is this change and there is all of this fire, and there is just recently the astrological new year at the end of March. And, so something is brewing here, and it's very fiery and it's very big. Also of tremendous note is that the ruler of another fire sign, Sagittarius, is continuing to move through your 9th house of Sagittarius. So the kinds of things that you may see joy doubling in your life is writing. Okay, I alluded to before the fantastical writing projects, spiritually based writing projects, just really any writing projects from the perspective of Jupiter. But if you add in the Piscean tilt, there is this story of the lesser seen realms. Jupiter is blazing ahead, and your goals with learning languages or traveling internationally or immigration or teaching or your perfect, education in the area that you want to learn, speaking, all of these things are going to continue blazing forward. So you've got a little while longer of Jupiter here in this 9th house. In June, it will shift to your work sector, which then you'll have a year of prolific opportunities in your work sector. But here in the short term, you still do have Mars having had a very long-term focus in your 10th house of being direct, then being retrograde, then being, now it's direct again. And so you will see a lot of things starting to move forward in those work, career, employment, things having to do with your parents or authority figures, you as an authority figure. If you don't have a job or don't need a job, this could be projects that you have out in the world that don't have anything to do with money. But as I like to say, where Mars goes, obsession and energy flows. So, you will see things start to really speed up in many areas of life. Some things will be a little groggy, like I said, because it will take into May for Venus and Mercury post-shadow periods to really clear and things to just start really blazing forward. But with this fire energy and with Mars, direct at the end of February, with Jupiter direct in February, with all of this fire energy, Neptune moving into fire, in March, you'll really start to see things moving forward. And all the outer planets are actually moving direct as well. So this is a time where that switch is flipped and things really start flowing out. This month is also still a very good time to run promos for your business, short-term offerings. Of course, I am still just about to wrap up my epic offering where you get $1,500 worth of free courses and other goodies when you register for my Astrology Mastery Certification course. So when you go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com, you'll see how you can get all those goodies for a little while longer. That promo will end this month, so get over there fast if you love how I teach and you want to learn. And if you want to do astrology for your friends and family, or if you want to earn money as an astrologer, this could be your time and you'll get all these other goodies. And if you have promos, this is a good time to finish those off and be ready for the brand new things that you're going to launch in May and June. I have been posting weekly and new moon and full moon reports, which is why these reports can be shorter, because a lot of the things I would cover in these, I'm covering in separate videos. So to be sure you don't miss anything and to get all of my content early, go to anniehelpsyou.com. YouTube is not notifying you when I post videos, and I don't know if if Spotify notifies you. I'm not familiar with that process, but if you don't want to miss anything, go to anniehelpsyou.com, sign up for my weekly newsletter, and I will send out all my content-rich links every week so that you don't miss anything. Plus, you get all these bonuses. My Eclipse page, my retrograde resource page, Zodiac Health Tips, 28-day virtual coaching program, monthly star report with sweet and salty dates, and so much more. All right, so look for my weekly reports coming out every Sunday. Look for my new moon and full moon, and I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.